Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. Drinking my Indian turmeric spiced tea. I imagine it would be an acquired taste. Today, I want to talk to you guys about failures on the homestead, and we have had a few. And I haven't done a really in-depth video on prepping in a few days, so thought I would do this one. Everybody shows you all the good stuff that happened and how it's all growing and everything. No. For every one of those, there's 15 or so that didn't work. I'm going to show you the stuff that failed, caused a problem, and failed again and caused a problem. It's okay. It is a process. It is something we winnow through. We dig through it, and we eventually achieve success. Edison, he said he did not fail at making the light bulb. He learned how to not make the light bulb 600 times. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. Anyway, going to spin you around, get you set up, and we're going to look at the incubator. Our incubator. We can incubate and hatch out, I'm going to say between 48 to 52 eggs, depending, on size and what all we're doing and what we're trying to work with. And I want to show you what all is happening. These guys have been in here since the 15th of November. So normally after 4 or 5 days, maybe 6 days, you would begin to see veining of eggs. Now, this is a candler, which is a nice way of saying a big fancy flashlight. And what we do is we take an egg. It's one reason I don't like, the humidity alarm just went off because I lifted the lid. And I'll show you this. I'll get us situated here. There we go. Sorry. Normally, you would see veining and you would see slight movement. Actually, after this amount of time, you would see movement. You would see the embryo inside the egg sac doing something. Well, we got nothing out of 32 eggs. We didn't fill it up completely this time. We were just getting ready to start. So hang on, I'll pick out another one. Okay guys, I'll show you another one, just a sampling. I have checked every one of them, all 32, and we have nothing. Now, what can we attribute this to? I think it's going to be related to the problems we were having with the temperature and the humidity down here in the basement. I'm going to back us up and show you what I had done. I had gotten some insulating foam and some of the mylar blankets and wrapped this around it, and I just don't think that we could maintain the temperature correctly. Kind of give you an overview of this thing. It's a really good one. This is the humidity level, which if you open it, adjust it, touch it, or tweak it, it drops by half. You can see the moisture that is inside. This is temperature. That's in Celsius. These are the days that we had started. We did have a couple of power surges, so that could have contributed to the problem as well. And then that is just a regular timer countdown. So what we are going to do is probably carry this whole unit upstairs, put it on the dryer, maybe put a towel under it or some of the insulating foam pads that I have, just to allow for any kind of vibration. This is a really nice unit. We have had a lot of success with it. It's automatic rotating. It turns the eggs and everything. It monitors temperature and it monitors the humidity. But I will say that the reason we had the failure here is just because of the temperature changes and the humidity problems we've had in this basement. Now, I want to show you the next failure that we've had on the homestead since November. More to come. Alright guys, here are the tomatoes. This is from the experiment that we started November 9th. This was using the cellulose sponges to generate roots. It was not successful. We ended up having a lot of problems. The thing is, the kick in the butt is with the cellulose, after about 12 days, it began to break down and began to form a mold across the top. So out of 16, we only had one germinate, and this guy's just hanging on by a thread. So it was indeed what I would consider an absolute failure. Now, I am out of my fertilizing medium right now, and Amazon is supposed to be sending me some very soon. I'm just planting that guy in there just to see what the heck happens to that. But all the tomatoes that we had done and added the rooting hormone to, it was a complete failure. Everything, I initially thought that perhaps it could be associated with a temperature problem. Inside temperature in this is around 80 degrees, and that's really good. We got good humidity down here. But initially I was not sure. So we had added a water heater, an aquarium water heater, and we brought the water temperature up to around 80 degrees, which is really, really warm. Actually, I need to cut this down a little bit. And it seemed to do really well, and everything came up and grew until the algae, till the mildew grew on the cellulose sponges, and then everything died except for that one or two. I have since replaced the back ones with the rock wool, the stuff I did not want to use, and we'll see how it works. We're going to find another medium to use, or I'll just have to do the seeding and planting when the grandkids aren't here. But I will show you, and it's just stuff that we like to mess with. These are the tomatoes that we cut and start with the rooting hormone. These things are doing fantastic. We will have tomatoes by Christmas, fresh tomatoes, real tomatoes. Aloe vera. That's a Christmas cactus that I bought for my wife, and a part of it broke off when I was planting it. So we thought, hey, we'll just try to put it in here and see what we shall see. German chamomile's doing great. All the other stuff, the basil, the mosquito bush, pepper plant is hanging out. All of my onions are doing good. Those are oregano. I forgot to tell you that. Oregano and oregano. These are little sprigs that I dropped on the ground in the basement here when I was separating the pot. I thought, well, heck, I'll just toss it in here and see how it does. And it does fantastic. So, the hydroponics with cellulose is a failure. It did not work out. And I scraped as many of the seeds because I try to waste nothing. And these seeds are growing in the bottom of these pots. I'm just going to let them grow and we'll see what they do. And away she goes. The trick, I think, is to mitigate the risk and the high amount of failure. Doing this kind of stuff this time, the way everything is going on, is a fantastic way to learn how to do it. It's winter time, not a lot's going on outside. We've got to do some stuff with the orchard, with the fruit trees and everything. We'll do some videos on that as well. But right now, we are just trying to tweak and adjust and learn from the failures. So, way it is, way it goes, guys. I appreciate you coming by and hanging out. I got to throw away a bunch of eggs. Take care of you people.